Hey guys, Pratt here. I have an updated yubel deck profile for you guys. I've gotten the cards. Let's get the show on the road. First, as always, I'm running one OG yubel, one Terran Incarnate, and one Ultimate Nightmare yubel. Basically, when one is destroyed, it summons the next, and yada yada yada. And they all have the cool ability, can be destroyed by battle, and any battle damage when your opponent attacks them is inflicted back to them as effect damage. Except with this one, because this with Ultimate Nightmare you can just attack them. Alright. Next up, I'm running 3 copies of Spirit of Yubel out of hand trap. Summons itself when your opponent declares an attack, and you can search out a spell trap that mentions Yubel and either add it to hand or set it face down. And just like the other forms, this card cannot be destroyed in battle. And if this card is destroyed, you can summon OG Yubel. Next up, we run 3 Samsara D Lotus. This card is insane. It's one of the best starters in the deck. You summon it, no effect on time, but when you activate the effect, it tributes for cost. Special summon a yubel monster from deck. You mainly summon Spirit to get the search effect. And if this card is in your graveyard and you happen to have OG yubel on board, you can activate this card and either add it to hand or summon it to the board. Next, 2 Gruesome Grave Squirmer. This card is insane because it helps you dodge impermanent stuff. Basically, it's a quick effect. If you control a Fiend type monster, you can special summon this card in your hand. And you can destroy 1 card on board that mentions Yubel. Of course, you don't really have to, that part's optional. And if this card's in your area, you can remove from play, special summon Yubel from grave or hand. Next up, I had 3 Fiendsmith Engraver. Sorry, it's been a long day. Anyway, this card, you can activate the effect from the hand, you can discard it, and search out a Fiendsmith spell or trap. And if this card is in your graveyard, you can recycle 1 light fiend monster in your graveyard back to deck or extra deck and special summon it. I run 2 Dark Beckoning Beasts. I dumbed this engine down to make room and stuff. Honestly, with all the cards that we have in this deck, we can search this out pretty easily. 1 Fabled Lord for the Fiendsmith combo. 1 Unchained Shavara. And for the hand traps, I run 3 Ash Blossom because it's pretty much criminal to run that. And the newest another new addition, 3 Molchummy. I plan to play 3 of this and 3 of the other one because I feel like once we get that one, you could swap them out between the main and the side deck. Alright, that's it for the monsters. Next up, we got our main field spell, Nightmare Throne. This card is insane because it lets you search out any fiend with 0/0 stats. It doesn't have to be one of your Yubel monsters. Well, you can also destroy them from deck, but still. And if a Yubel monster leaves the board due to a card effect, it allows you to add and special summon a Yubel monster that's 1 level higher or lower. And fun fact, if Phantom of Yubel is in your graveyard, and say Spirit of Yubel was destroyed, since Phantom Yubel is level 9, you can use the field spell to send Phantom back to your extra deck. Next, we got one of the main searches in the deck, 3 Nightmare Pain. Allows you to destroy 1 dark monster to add any card that mentions Yubel, except itself. Next, 1 second, Mirko, do not hop on the desk. Now is not the time to do that. Next up, it basically forces your opponent to engage in battle that turn, so long as this card remains face up, and they have to attack Yubel. And when they do, this card inflicts battle damage to them. So Yubel inflicts effect damage, while this one inflicts battle damage. Even helps with monsters that don't even have that effect, like Phantom and Spirit. Both of them don't have the effect to deal damage. This basically erases that. But if they attack any other form of Yubel, this basically just doubles the damage they take. 3 Super Poly because it's a Yubel deck. 2 Opening the Spirit Gates for the Beckoning Beast combo. What the hell are you doing? Whatever. 1 Fiendsmith Tract. This card allows you to add 1 light Fiend monster from deck to hand and then discard a card. You basically add Fabled Lori, or if you already have it, just add one of the engravers and then discard Lori. Lori's effect brings it back. Boom, you can link summon to Requiem. And if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it to Fusion Summon. And for the last spell, we got 1 Terraforming to help search out the field spell. And for traps, I run 2 Infinite Impermanence and 1 Eternal Favorite. Alright, that is it for the main deck. Now for the extra, I got 1 Loving Defender because it's a yubel deck and this is the greatest super poly target we have. 2 Phantoms of Yubel because since this is pure yubel, this card is easily recyclable. 1 Fiendsmith Lacrima for the Fiendsmith combo. And for 2 more super poly targets, we got Garura and Mud Dragon. For Xyz, I got Triple D High Wave King Caesar for the Fiendsmith. This is basically my goal to bring out. And we got our Omnigate Varudra. This card has like 3 or 4 different effects that all destroy. It is insane. For links, I got 1 Fiendsmith Sequentia. This card allows you to fusion summon by returning the materials from grave back to deck. And you can equip, while it's in the graveyard, you can equip it to a Fiendsmith, and that Fiendsmith cannot be targeted by card effects. Next, Fiendsmith Requiem. This card tributes itself for crosswords effect, but allows you to special summon a Fiendsmith monster from either your deck or hand. And if this card's in your graveyard, you can equip it to a Fiendsmith monster, and it gains like 600 attack. Next up, I got Unchained Yama. Basically search out the red dog. And to complete the combo, summon the rank 10. And Unchained Soul of Rage. This card is one of the cards you want to end on to help interrupt your opponent. For the times you need it, you got Selma Great Amirage, Cross Sheep, because you're not always going to have your Fiendsmith card, so you want to have like a combo to fall back on. And finally, I got my very own SP Little Knight. This card is basically what you summon off of Soul of Rage. Anyway, that was my yubel deck profile. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Check out my Twitch and Twitter. Both comments will be in the description. And I'll catch you guys next time. Later.